Buenas tardes and welcome to Granada. Welcome to continuing coverage of the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2014. Here's a look at the games today in Group A. If you were with us earlier, welcome back. You will know, of course, that France beat Serbia by the score of 74-73. It was a total team effort for the French, but one hero in particular, Geoffrey Lauvergne, who had 19 points. He scored a free throw at the end to win it for France. He beat Serbia. We're paced by Miroslav Raduljica with 21 points. Here's a look at how things stand in Group A at the moment. Serbia at the top of the table with a 1-1 record. France in second position right now. They rise to 1-1, having lost their opening game to France, to the team that we're about to see this afternoon, and that is Brazil. The second game today features Brazil versus Iran. Iran qualified for this tournament by nature of the fact that they were the FIBA Asia champions in 2013. Brazil are here. They were awarded a wild card, having performed poorly in the FIBA Americas Championships in 2013. Brazilians went 0-4 in those championships. That man right there, Coach Rachidovic, the head of the Iranian team. He's the pivot player, Hamed Haddadi for Iran. We'll see how the Brazilians cope with the size and length of Haddadi. Always great to see some Brazilian colors here in the audience. We're at the foot of the Sierra Nevadas, the city Granada, which is world famous for the Alhambra. Buenas tardes a todos. Welcome to Spain. Welcome to Granada, the host city for the group phases of the 2014 World Cup. This is action from Group A. It is game day 2 here in Granada. And today's second game features the Asian champions Iran against traditional powers Brazil. Iranian players taking their position on the floor right now as we are some 5 minutes from tipping it off. Game day 2 here from Granada. Iran come into today's game with an 0-1 record. They lost to Spain last night, the hosts, in what was a difficult day at the office for the Iranians. They lost by the score of 90-60. That man there, Hamed Haddadi, their pivot, scored 16 points in the losing effort. And that is Mehmet Rachidovic, coach of the Iranian team. Onto the floor now come the Brazilians, who are always resplendent in their green and yellow, faced by the man who's come out of retirement to participate here in these championships, Marcelo Machado. Before for Brazil is Alex Garcia. He did a terrific job holding down Nico Batum last night as Brazil beat France in their opening game in a close one by the score of 65-63. Marcelino Hortas paced the Brazilian to 16 points. There's Thiago Splitter, the pivot player. He's fresh off an NBA championship with the NBA Spurs. Well, we're going to pause here from the Palacio de Deportes in Granada, rise to our feet and honor the national anthems of Iran and Brazil.
now the national anthem of Brazil.
Well, with the two national anthems impeccably observed, the players will meet at midcourt and exchange gifts to mark the day when they have a competitive international here in the World Cup. I'm joined in the commentary position by my partner, Johnny Rogers. And Johnny, we enjoyed a terrific opening game here as France pipped Serbia at the post by the score of 74-73. We can only hope that this game will be as good.
Well, let's see if Brazil, who had a great win yesterday, let's see if they can avoid a letdown, which would be natural. They're playing against an Iranian team that they beat early in preparation, very easily earlier a few weeks ago. No, actually it was last week. So Brazil has to avoid a letdown. This Iranian team is not bad. They've shown us some flashes of good basketball.
Buenas tardes a todos. Good afternoon and welcome to Granada. Here's a look at the Iranian lineup as they get ready to tip it off against Brazil. John, the player of note for the Iranians, the three-time MVP in the FIBA Asia Championship, the number 15, Ahmed Haddadi, will play inside for Iran.
Keeping up some big numbers last night against the Gasol brothers. Double-double.
16 points in that double-double, as you're saying.
And the rebounds also. It's close to 16 rebounds or so. Also, I was impressed with Kamrani. Did a great job. He could shoot, hit a couple threes from back, and he's fearless going inside of the paint, scored from distance, scored from close range, got his teammates the ball.
Kamrani, the point guard for Iran, had 13 points. I beg your pardon, 18 points in the losing effort. Kamrani just signed a new contract with the Yingsu club in China. And here's a Brazil team that are trying, John, to open their tournament with their second win in a row and go 2-0.
It's an experienced team. We see they're at full strength. Experienced players, 9 players, 30 years or older. A couple guys 29, 28. So they know what it takes. We got a veteran team. We got off to a good start. They just have to keep it going here.
Marcelino Huertas, the point guard, starts for Brazil. No surprise there. And Huertas had 16 points against France in a winning effort for the Brazilians. There's a player on the right, John, that you identified earlier on. It's Mehdi Kamrani, the point guard for Iran.
Yeah, he's fun to watch, isn't he? He's a little guy out there, but very energetic, fearless. 32 years old, veteran. You can't tell by the speed. He's got good speed and quickness. Give him any space, especially for around the top area behind the three-point arc. He's going to bury it.
Well, welcome to Granada. As you can see, we have a ball boy bring out the ball in ceremonial fashion. We're just minutes away from tipping it off. Today's second clash on game day 2. It'll be Iran in the red and Brazil in the white uniforms. There's Coach Mehmet Mitrovic, the coach of the Iranians. And difficult night for Iran last night, John. They played the host in front of a packed crowd here in Granada lost by 30 points, but as you said, they showed some flashes of very good basketball.
Yeah, they didn't give up. They were fighting. Remember, Gasol came back with that dunk. They took exception to that. They really fought the entire way. They're a physical team. They got some big bodies. They play hard. Coach Basidovic is doing a great job. So I think I like a lot of their principles on offense. You see good spacing and move the ball. I think they've got a bright future. Good chemistry with this unit.
Bienvenidos a España. Welcome to Granada. We're at the foot of the Sierra Nevadas. And it's a clash today between Brazil and Iran. And our second game here from Granada. It's Group A. It's game day 2. We're just about to tip it off as Iran in the red look to open their FIBA World Cup Championships with their first win against Brazil. Brazil looking to go 2-0. The ball's in the air. Splitter wins the tip. In the white uniforms take the first possession. Man-to-man defense from the Iranians. Scheimer gets a start today for Brazil. Splitter on the screen and roll. Moves it on to Marquinhos. Marquinhos with a step back 3. That's in and out. Iran clear the rebounds and will give it to their talisman, Mehdi Kamarani. Very closely by Garcia. Inside, early touch to Haddadi. Clears himself out against Splitter. Now he's going to go against Thiago Splitter. Haddadi gets deep. Does everything right, John. Just couldn't finish.
He went hard. He went shot over Splitter. You like to see that your Iranian team. You want to get the ball inside of Haddadi as often as possible.
Splitter with his characteristic reverse layup. Haddadi with his first foul. It comes with less than a minute play, and certainly something he has to keep an eye on, John, for Iran. Haddadi must stay out of foul trouble.
He has to stay out of foul trouble and on the court. He's got a disadvantage if he's defending on the perimeter. Thiago took full advantage by going around and flew by him, going to his left. We're going to see Ibrahim come off the bench for Iran tonight. He's a key member of their team. Basidovic is probably going to want to have a little bit more firepower coming off the bench.
Thiago Splitter was with the Brazilian team when they were in the Olympics in 2012 in London. Finished in 5th position, so a player with terrific experience. Though he liked to forget that last free throw. It's just a little bit short. He needs to go to one of your shooting camps, John.
Well, he does well. Splitter's very complete player. You see, like I said, he likes to go that reverse layup, finish near the basket.
Kick to the corner here. Shali. Kick it out. The runner up and good. Strong move by Sahakian. Ocean Sahakian puts Iran in front. Play up at Scheimer. Scheimer back down the low post. Jump hook, got it. Good move in the low post.
That's important for Rafael Hedsheimer to get some confidence there. He gets a good touch. Nice move. Finish with a jump hook.
Scored 2 each. Teams have opened their account. Marquinhos tries to shoot a passing lane there. It's off. Mid-range jumper up. Just falls softly off the rim. Garcia comes down with it. Jamshidi with a miss. Kamrani with a foul here in transition. Had a laugh last night in the press conference with Kamrani. John, I said to Kamrani, do you speak any English? And Coach Basirovic came in and said, he doesn't speak good English, but I'm talking to him in English.
Oh, selective hearing.
Absolutely. Very well in the press conference. Great game last night with Kamrani. Here's the Splitter in the low post. Scoop shot underneath, won't fall. Good work by Scheimer. Offensive rebound for Brazil. No reset. Portas directing traffic. Keeps his dribble alive. Slips it past the Splitter. Lost it momentarily. Jump hook. Smooth move by Thiago Splitter.
Look at those skills. Use his body well to get enough space, carve out the space underneath there. Nice touch on that jump hook.
Across the second count. Call his own number on the 3. Why not when you can shoot it like that?
And he's got a big screener, and Haddadi freeing him up because Garcia's all over him. Garcia's playing, pounding the ball. You see that screen, like Haddadi sits there, gives him enough space and time to get the shot off.
Lead by 1 here early on. Here's Cortas. Garcia to the baseline, Marquinhos. He'll give it to Splitter. Splitter, another jump hook. That one falls off the rim. Haddadi snaffles the rebound. Kamrani in the midcourt, pass ahead. Sasahakian, but it was Rafael Hetzheimer who got back in defense, did just enough.
Good transition defense by the big man, Hetzheimer. I like the pass by Kamrani, kicking it up court.
Vision down the floor by Kamrani. Good anticipation here on the bounce pass in the perimeter, layup and in. Terrific basket by Yashala. I beg your pardon, Yashali. The basket for Iran.
Well set up by Sahikian. He's doing a great job denying the high post pass. They had to receive far away from the basket.
Cortas. It's a Hetzheimer. He does fly with a 3 front rim. Haddadi with the rebound. Iran have had a bright start so far. Kamrani again. Just off the mark. Oh, Kamrani! He's stolen from Marquinhos. Gets Garcia off his feet. Count it! What a terrific play by Kamrani.
What a move. First the defensive play, and then he has the presence of mind to fake him. What's the fake here? Garcia goes way up in the air. He's able to finish with his left hand. Nice play.
And he draws a well-deserved round of applause by some of the neutral fans here. Cortas hangs in the air. No good. Splinter just takes it out of Haddadi's hand like a kid in the schoolyard stealing your lunch money. He's fouled. Splinter will revisit the free throw line. Jump hook. Finish there. Thiago Splitter fresh off that NBA championship with the Spurs.
He's using his quickness to his advantage around the basket. Gives up quite a bit of size against Haddadi, who's just a mountain underneath there. Splitter's got a good basketball IQ, good footwork, good skills.
This is the second. Iran want to run. Jim Sheedy goes all the way coast to coast.
Nice play. I like Iran. Look how they're running the floor. Again, Sahiki is doing a great job pushing the tempo.
Jamshidi with the bucket. Right now Iran have got Brazil doubled up 11-5. Splitter another touch. And Kamrani picks his pocket from behind and pass ahead to Jamshidi. Can he finish against Marquinhos? He can! Well, Iran, John, have absolutely punched Brazil right in the nose and said, hey, we're at the FIBA Basketball World Cup. We earned our spot here. We are the Asian champions. And we'll take a break into play. Iran lead Brazil 13-5 in Granada. John, something you alluded to at the outset, that Brazil are perfectly poised for an upset. And certainly Iran come out and they're taking your words to heart, saying, hey, we want to win. We think Brazil might have a letdown. And right now, Iran started brightly. They have a 13-5 lead. A
13-5 lead, but they're playing very well. They're dominating the play right now. And I think the fact that Brazil beat Iran last week in the preparation game so easily, and the fact that Brazil had that big win last night against France, I'm sure that natural for the players to have some kind of a letdown. They're going to have to wake up as soon as possible and get back into this game.
Iran beat Brazil in Ljubljana, Slovenia on the 24th of August. Brazil won by 40 points, 82 to 52. Chris Hortus in transition to Taylor. Taylor, a little English on the reverse layup, up and good.
Nice finish. Ran the floor. Hortus did a good job pushing the ball up and spotted his teammate on the wing.
Best way to attack a press, John, is score at the back of it. Just that. Haddadi off the screen. He gives it to Haddadi, the trailer. Haddadi lost it. Hortus in the open court. Taylor. And Shani with the foul.
Taylor's made his presence felt. You see him on the reverse layup here, scoring. He's also, I think he's basically put in the game to slow down Kamrani. You saw him pressure defense, but that's tough when you got to go against that big screen that Haddadi sets in the middle of the key. Up on top. It's a big guy to get around.
Kamrani checks out to be replaced by Nika Bahrami. Caught our eye in the opening game. Passing it again. Nice crossover dribble by Taylor. Rises, mid-range jumper won't fall. Now Nika Bahrami will take over to the point. Takes his dribble up. Saki and gets it back. It's a big screen from Haddadi. Nika Bahrami just lost his footing. He's called for the travel. Shows you how important, John, that Kamrani is as a point guard for Iran.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how long he's going to be on the bench right now. Iran has some great momentum going. See if they can maintain it without the lead on the floor.
Good timeout by Ruben Vignano. Stem the tide of the momentum going to Iran. Scheimer on the baseline. Taylor, top of the key.
They've got a mismatch down low.
Scheimer, inside pivot, jumper won't fall, Splitter with the offensive rebound, kick to Taylor. Somehow we saw Taylor out there, and Taylor knocks it down.
Nice find by Thiago Splitter in traffic underneath the basket.
They're using some X-ray vision to find Taylor spotted up on the perimeter. We saw Batman earlier, Nico Batum. That's with their win, and Haddadi's going to lay it up. And John, is this an intentional foul?
Well, Thiago Splitter certainly wanted to commit the foul. They didn't want to give up the easy baskets. The refs will not call an intentional foul. What they call an unsportsmanlike foul. In FIBA terms, it was a good foul because it would have been an easy basket. Haddadi was not shooting, so Iran will take the ball out of bounds underneath the basket. That's what I was alluding to. Thiago Splitter, very high basketball IQ.
Cardouse comes in for Haddadi. Important pass to play now for Iran as their two key players are out. Cardouse spins on the baseline and Thiago Splitter stands tall. That's in front of us by Jamshidi. He stops the transition.
Again, sorry to repeat myself, but that's basketball IQ by Thiago Splitter. Away from the ball, he runs into Cardouse, initiates the contact. What happens? Ref calls the foul on Cardouse. Thiago Splitter goes to the free throw line. It's just smart basketball by Thiago Splitter.
You can see what Cardouse thinks of it there as he puffs his lips, as if to say, ref, I'm just standing here. Speaking of standing there, there's Splitter, some good stand-up defense. Last time down the floor. Splitter's worries at the free throw line continue. Splitter 2 for 6 from the line. And it shows he's a true teammate. He makes the free throw and allows Nene to come in. So the man from the Spurs is replaced by the man from the Wizards. point for Iran. This pass on the wing to Mishale. Nikabarami flashes top. This pass deflected by Hortas. Shot clock at 3. Can Iran get a shot off? They can. Off the mark. And Nikabarami can get called for an over-the-back call. You can hear what the fans think of it, John, as the whistles resound through the arena.
Fans did not approve of that call. Good hustle. We see him coming over the bench, over the back. Probably was a little bit of contact there, enough for the ref to whistle the foul. Unfortunately for Iran, it's going to result in 2 free throws for Alex Garcia. Brazil has only committed 1 foul so far. We've seen Iran already with 6.
Iran struggling to score after that early start. They had 11 points when Coach Magnano called the timeout for Brazil. Just 13 now, and Brazil with a chance to draw a level if Garcia knocks down this free throw.
It's coincided without Kamrani in the game.
Neto checks in to replace Marcelino Hortas for Brazil, and a fog comes in for Iran. So it shows some pressure off the floor. Neto, a terrific defensive player. Jamshidi makes the entry pass to Afab. This foul here is going to be on Alex Garcia. He's called for a hold. Just his first foul and the team's second. Garcia plays his basketball domestically in the Brazilian league. Cardoust looking to try and find someone to pass it to. Gives it to Jamshidi. That's a good screen. Jamshidi knocks down a 3. Good use of the high screen.
Yes, Iran really likes to go to that high screen. They have some big guys to set those screens and shooters that can come off and score off the dribble. Jamanshi there with the nice shot.
Iran lead by 3, 16-13. Garcia puts it on the deck, loses it, attacks the rim, but won't finish. Nene with the rebound, gives it to Hedsheimer. And Hedsheimer kicks it back out to Taylor. Cardoust doing a great job defensively in the low post against Nene. Here's Neto. Shot clock at 10, finds Taylor spotting up in the corner. Taylor's shot no good. And Cardoust with the rebound, so some good minutes from Cardoust off the bench. Jamshidi wants to pick. Good movement by the Iranians. Jamshidi lets fly with a 3, no good. And Neto off to the races with the rebound to Garcia. Garcia attacks the rim and draws the foul.
Strong move to the basket for Garcia. We know he's athletic and he can get over the rim to finish many times. He drew the contact. We'll go for 2 free throws.
Anderson Pelajau comes in for Brazil to replace Rafael Hedsheimer. This is Garcia, free throw line. Alex Garcia just signed a new contract with the Bauru club in the Brazilian National League. And a FIBA Americas League MVP with Uniceo. Makes both free throws. Iran lead by 1 with 1 minute to play here in the first quarter, and Kamrani's back in the game for the Iranians. This pass intercepted by Garcia, who anticipated the corner. Garcia all the way to the rack and lays it up and in.
Athletic play by Garcia. Burst the steal on one end, took it right to the basket, finished, put his team up by 1 point.
Brazil finally have the noses in front. Neto with some determined defense against Kamrani. And Neto, did he tip it? He did. Marcelino Hortas paid Neto a terrific compliment in the press conference last night, saying, you know, he comes in and he does a great job defensively. I've got total confidence when I'm on the bench. Well, nobody's playing defense for Brazil. Nobody finds the store. Easy lay-in for Iran.
We saw a very well-executed side out of bounds play. A couple screens that freed up Agah for that shot.
Nene, top of the key. Reverses to Taylor. 20 seconds on the clock, 10-second differential with the game clock. Neto to Garcia. Garcia spots up, no good. There's a battle for the rebound. You do not want to go in there. You are faint of heart. 4 seconds to play. Neto gonna try and take the basket all the way, won't fall. Terrific inside-out dribble, but Neto just couldn't finish. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, the Iranians lead by a score of 18-17 against Brazil. John, look, Brazil got to the free throw line 10 times in that quarter. By contrast, Iran didn't shoot any. Testament to the fact that Brazilians are throwing the ball inside.
And they're attacking the basket. We see them going, taking the ball to the basket, not settling for outside shots so far.
If you're Coach Bečirović, are you pleased with the effort your team put together here in the first quarter?
Oh, they definitely have to be pleased. They're up by 1 point. They played especially well in the beginning of the quarter. Rotated, got some other players in the game, but they got to be happy with where they are now. They were down the entire game last night against Spain. They've got 3 quarters to play still, but they're up by 1 point.
Coach Ruben Magnano, quite an experienced coach, as Magnano has been at the helm of the Argentinian national team previously in his career. Well, with 1 quarter of play in the book here in the second game today here on game day 2. The Iranians well and truly pleased. They've got their noses in front against Brazil by 1 point. They caught Brazil napping on a couple of occasions, did the Iranians. So they'll respond now to start the second quarter. Haddadi will come back in, Kamrani back in for Iran. For Brazil, it's Neto, Garcia, Barbosa gets his first minutes, Verajao and Nene. First possession to the Iranians. John, how important is it in your first possession? You got the lead to try and get a good look.
You want to establish, again, some good basketball. You want to get everybody involved, get touches. We see a few passes here. Get the ball inside if you can. We see a couple screens. Kamrani comes up and you got a high-low situation.
This pass to Kazemi inside. That's an execution you alluded to.
Excellent execution. Good execution of screens and the good timing coming off, good passing.
End-line ball for Iran. Kamrani catches the pass over the top. There's the high ball screen from Haddadi. Kamrani mid-range jumper in and out. Verajao stretches for the rebound. Nene. A little Sigma move, John, a little inside pivot, and the jump shot will be good.
Nice move, good footwork, and he's in the mid-post area. You don't want to get too close to the basket, Haddadi. Shows he's got a nice touch from mid-range.
Brazil lead by 1, 19-18, their first lead of the day. Nika Bahami gets deep, shot short, and now Brazil have numbers of 3-on-2. Neto, oh, the negation from behind! What a terrific block by Kazemi! Wow, sensational play by Kazemi. Then Nika Bahami passes him in trouble. Very scrappy play there by the Iranians, but they get a well-deserved round of applause by these neutral fans. Kamrani shot short. Haddadi snaps a pass to Kazemi, goes right at Verajao, and an offensive foul called. Terrific bravery by Verajao.
Verajao sacrificing his body, taking the charge. You saw the cutting Kazemi coming from the top. Oh, that's a nice block by Kazemi. Look at this. Gets up there. That's his, that's what he does. He hustles. He's a good rebounder. Kazemi gives a great effort while he's on the floor.
We saw in the previous game how once the ball strikes the backboard, the defensive player can't touch it. Kazemi Just got it before it hit the backboard. Terrific athletic play by the Iranian defender.
It's physical in the paint there. A lot of bodies bumping.
Berejao back down in a low post. Good spin, right-handed jump hook, no good. Haddadi tips it, and grabs it. Pass ahead, what a terrific pass. Kazemi, beautiful basketball by the Iranians. Get in, he got it!
Great play again by Kazemi, running the floor. First, he did a great job defending penalty. Haddadi controlled the rebound. They got a great look with an open three-point shot.
Fogg knocks it down. Pretty basketball by the Iranians. And anybody who's a fan of basketball just loves the way that they shared the ball that last possession. Foul there on Nika Barami. I beg your pardon, it's on Kazemi, his second. Neto at the top for Brazil. Barbosa curls on the screen. Barbosa strong to the basket, won't fall. Nene with the rebound and kicks it out to Neto. Berejao wants it in the low post. Oh, behind the back pass. Well, that's off the mark.
Again, great play by Kazemi, breaking up that pass.
The mustard is no longer on the hot dog. It's all over the floor. Brazil dig in to defend. Garcia gets in the passing lane there. And the fans getting behind the Iranians here. A lot of Spanish fans in the arena, anticipation of the Spanish playing later on. Garcia with a steal. Garcia lays it up and in. Terrific defense by Alex Garcia.
Alex Garcia never lets up. He's going 100% on defense. You see him finish that fast break there.
He puts Brazil back ahead by one. Nene now does the same. Nene goes at Haddadi. Tough finish by Nene. And Coach Basirovic is beside himself as he calls a timeout for the Iranians. Brazil, are they starting to get themselves on top? They lead 23-20 here in Granada. John, Iran shooting well from behind the rainbow. They're 2 of 3. By contrast, Brazil just 1 of 4. And Iran need to make shots, don't they, from the outside to keep themselves in this.
If they have time and space, they're going to knock them down. We've seen that. We saw that against Spain also last night. Unfortunately for Iran, the last 2 possessions have given up turnovers that have resulted in layups. Those are 4 points, just basically gave away. So now instead of being up by 1 point and having the ball, they're down by 3.
An important possession for the Iranians as they come out of the timeout. Look at the defense of Neto. Forces Kamrani to pick it up. And the referee says, you can't do that. That's a double dribble. Kamrani is pleading his case, but sometimes trying to get the referee to believe you is like selling underarm deodorant to the Venus de Milo. They're not buying it.
Can't change that call. It's the 3rd straight turnover for Iran.
Defense here on the perimeter by Jamshidi. Barbosa snaps a bounce pass to Nene. He shovels a pass inside the Berejao. And the referee calls 3 seconds. John, maybe just a word on the 3-second call and when the referee will call it.
Well, and that play, Nene was sitting in the lane. It doesn't matter if you have 1 foot or both foot. You cannot have either foot in the lane for more than 3 seconds. He was caught underneath the basket. He might have expected a shot earlier, so he's going to the offensive rebounds.
Haddadi tries to get it to Kamrani. Neto steals it. Terrific defense by the Brazilians. Neto behind the back to Nene with the flush.
Absolutely, you finished 4th straight turnover for Iran. They've got to get a good shot. They got to get a shot out.
Well, Brazil turning their defense into points. Haddad gets a touch in the low block, and he goes at Nede. Left-handed jump hook off the mark, but that is a good option for the Iranians.
Want to get close to the basket. Nene used his body well.
Zhao spots up. Nice touch by the number 11 for Brazil.
Zhao gives you so many intangibles. If he can also make that shot, he's really a great contributor on the floor for the Brazilian team.
Kazemi reverses here to Afag. Inside again, and here's a 3-second call once again. Now the referees tend to call that once you gain an advantage. You can be in there, but once you get that advantage, that's usually when they're going to call you.
Yes, and Haddad clearly was in the lane for more than 3 seconds.
Pretty pass there by Neto to Nene. And now look like they might be showing some zone defense, a 2-3 zone, and it is. Nene in the short corner. Machado in the game for the first time. His shot hits the side of the backboard. He can shoot it, I promise you that. Afag spills it. Neto comes up with it. Neto goes by Kamrani, and Neto lays it up and in.
Well, we've talked about it, Liam, earlier. That's where you want to stop the fast break with the foul. Kamrani was unable to make a foul or play at the ball. Brazil gets an easy layup, again, off a turnover.
And the architects of their own demise right now turn the ball over. We must give some credit to Brazilian defense. Jamshidi's shot off the mark. Machado can't save it out of bounds.
Kamrani actually did want to make a foul there. He raised his hand trying to signal to the ref that he made the foul. He had the good intentions, just didn't quite execute properly.
Well, Iran right now with 11 turnovers, but 6 of those are steals by Brazil. Shot wayward, missed by Kazemi. Now Brazil really starting to assert their authority. They lead by 9. This trip down the floor, they're looking to get a double-digit lead. Iran stay in the 2-3 zone. Zhao in the high post and Nene in the low post. He runs into the foul magnet that is known as Karadust.
Just an aggressive move by Nene, attacking the rim. Step through move.
Well, Coach Mignano is going to come in with Giovanoni, number 12 for Brazil. Terrific outside shooter. So a smaller lineup here from the Brazilians.
They're facing the zone defense. They want to spread the floor.
Giovanoni makes me a liar. He misses his first shot. This is better fluency from Iran. Ishili to Jamshidi. Jamshidi looks at the shot clock. It's 10. He's just got Karadust screen. Barbosa keeps it alive. He can't touch it. Well,
he already had his feet in. He was okay.
And then he lays it up and in. Terrific play and good heady play by Barbosa.
The veteran there. Good, great defense, great effort.
Well, he had stepped out of bounds momentarily, so had the presence of mind to make sure he had both feet back in bounds before he touched it. Barami. He has yet to get himself going for Iran. Yashili, that shot's off. Good hustle in the corner by Afag. Nika Barami with the foul. John, we were impressed with the game that Nika Barami played last night, the number 14 for Iran, but he just can't get himself going this afternoon.
Yeah, he's struggling right now. He's giving a good effort. He's hustling. Things will go his way.
Well, Brazil have got a commanding 11-point lead as both teams go to the benches for a timeout from Granada. It's game day 2 in Group A. Brazil lead Iran 31-20. A long scoring drought there by the Iranians. As Coach Kuchinovic is plying his trade. We're going to give some credit, John, don't we, to the Brazilian defense. It's been intense and aggressive.
Only allowed 2 points this quarter, as we see. And again, their defense has generated their offense, coming up with those turnovers and converting those into easy fast break layups.
That's fun basketball, isn't it? When you can get some steals and get out in your lanes and run and get some numbers. So Brazil come out of the timeout with Hortas, Machado, Nene, Giovanoni, and Barbosa. It's their possession. Chile guarding Hortas closely. Ran changed defense back into the man-to-man. Machado for Brazil. Into Nene. Nene rises over Carduce. It's off the mark. Barbosa skies for the rebound. Can't tip it up and in, and it's possession to Iran.
Great effort. He's between 2 Iranian players. Barbosa went after the ball, kept it alive, but knocked it out of bounds.
Gets off his feet quick, does Andrino Barbosa. Cardoso has to come all the way to the center circle to come and get it. Good pressure by the Brazilians. Chile spins, rises up and good, and the foul is going to be against Machado.
I'll tell you, Leon, that's a tough shot. When you have a player falling near your feet, he was able to keep the presence of mind and able to finish this play. As a basketball player, when you leave your feet and you have somebody on the ground, it's dangerous. You're going to step on him, turn an ankle or something.
Pachitovic liked that. Good presence of mind here by Chile to finish. Plays for the Petrochimi club in Tehran. Missed the N1. Barbosa gives it to Nene. Hortas rises, floats it past to Nene, who goes up and lays it up and in. Too easy by the Brazilians.
Nene's just too strong, too quick, explosive underneath there against the big body Carduce.
Jamshidi, he can't finish. Barbosa loses the handle. And Nihaka Barami to Jamshidi in the corner for the corner three-pointer, no good. Barbosa skies for the rebound, one-handed pass ahead to Hortas, who hits the trailer, and Giovanoni lays it up and in. Pretty basketball by the Brazilians.
I like the pass fake and then finish with a little bounce pass. Way to run the floor. Great execution by the Brazilian team.
Fun basketball to watch when you get some fast break opportunities. The Brazilians are resplendent. They lead by 13 with just over a minute to play here in the first half of the second game on game day 2. That shot no good. Cardoso skies for it, can't get it for Iran. Hortas passes the ball behind his back, loses Jamshidi. Machado lets it go, and it's good.
39-year-old Machado. Like to see that. Nails the three-pointer.
Those guys, when you turn 39, you start playing pickup ball. This guy's come out of retirement to appear here in the World Cup for his country.
Good effort, good hustle. Picks up a foul there, but we saw him also in the game last night. Great effort on both ends of the floor by Machado.
Argavan comes in for Iran. He showed some heart last night, didn't he, when he went toe-to-toe with Marc Gasol?
He didn't back down. He said some moving screens, perhaps.
Now he's going to go at the basket. And he's going to introduce himself to another NBA player, Thiago Splitter this time.
Well, he's got the size and the body to compete against these guys. Definitely got the heart. We see him going at him.
Ruzbe Argavan knocks down the first free throw. 2'14", just 26 years old. Iran are off winning the championships in the FIBA Asia Cup in Wuhan, China earlier this summer. He was a member of that squad. John, you were saying Iran played more preparation games than any other team coming into this tournament.
Yes, they've been together for a long time. I think they had 18 preparation games, far more than any other team here in the World Cup.
Behind the back pass from Machado to Splitter.
Behind the bounce pass, off the curl, off the dribble. Great play by Machado.
Splitter says, obrigado, thank you to his teammate. An easy 2 for Thiago Splitter. Jamshidi somehow gets it to Yashili. John, we got to keep our hands up here. We're right in the front row. We might get involved.
I was ready for that ball.
Brazil played just 7 matches coming into this tournament. Lost to the USA 95-78 in their preparations. Some people are talking about, if we look down the road, John, maybe potentially a Spain-USA final, but this Brazilian team might have something to say about that.
I'll tell you what, Brazil can match up with Spain. One advantage Spain has is that front line. Brazil's got some big bodies that will be able to match up with, and it's going to be interesting to see Brazil against Spain eventually somewhere down the road.
We'll see Spain versus Egypt later tonight. Stay with us. Shot clock goes off. Mika Barami can't convert. Good presence of mind. And Huertas lets fly to end the half. Just off the front of the rim. Well, after a slow start for Brazil, they have got themselves in front of Iran. A terrific second quarter for Brazil. They lead Iran 40-24. It's halftime here in Granada. Some halftime stats to tell the story. Brazil, 50% from inside the arc, 14 for 28. Just 2 for 6 from behind it. Brazil, John, extending their advantage over the Iranians on the board.
We saw them dominate the boards last night also. There's a big Leon right there, the 12 turnovers of Iran.
12 turnovers, and half of those are steals by the Brazilians.
Points after turnovers, Brazil has 15 points after turnovers.
15 of their 40 points, as you quite rightly pointed out, coming from turnovers. And then they with 8 points for Brazil. Jamshidi with 7. So Kamrani's been kept quiet by the Brazilians. Certainly a point of emphasis for them coming into this game.
Yeah, especially after that great start. They switched up. They put a few different coverages on him. He wasn't able to get back on track in the second quarter.
We'll take a break at halftime. Score 40-24. Brazil with a comfortable lead over the Iranians. Come back and join us in about 10 minutes for continuing coverage of the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Iranians did a nice job collapsing on the ball, and Haddadi with a terrific block to get the stop. Haddadi puts it on the floor, loses the handle, go in the basket, and gets called for the charge.
Courageous play by Barbosa, staying there, holding his ground. He saw the big man coming right at him, held his ground.
His feet just outside the halo, rewarded with the charge. Here's Barbosa. After a minute of play, neither team has scored. Here's Marcelino on the press break. Brazilians make the press break look so easy. Barbosa goes baseline in the left hand. Right hand finish, accomplished finish by Barbosa.
Quick move. Even when he's near the basket, finished quickly. Didn't allow any time for Haddadi to come over and help.
Kamrani. Jamshidi on the baseline. High arching shot, up and good. And the Brazilians get in their lanes quick.
Jamshidi's doing a good job on offense.
Oh, Hortas with it behind the back to Barbosa for the three.
Huertas is fun to watch when he's in the open floor. So talented, he's got great court vision.
Left-handed pass there by Hortas.
He's got great passing skills.
Jamshidi has the mix match with Nene. Haddadi couldn't get it. Kamrani lets fly, and that is off the mark. And Yashili, Johnny on the spot, lays it up and in.
And Shili, one of the boards. Not giving up on anything. We see him here now. He's got to try to contain Huertas, keep him out of the deep paint.
Oh, Marcelino, another behind the back pass to Nene. Barbosa got it.
Barbosa's playing great basketball on both ends of the floor. So smooth.
Barbosa with 9 points. He leads the scorers for the Brazilians. Jamshidi lays it up quickly to get it down before Varejao rotates over.
Nice feed by Haddadi.
Good hedge by Sakahian. Hortas, he's such a pass first, shoot second. He's always looking for a pass, and then you can't leave him alone because he can knock it down. Barbosa with the steal to Garcia. Garcia finishes.
Garcia's like a train going to the basket. Unstoppable.
Well, right now, Brazil are like a train. They are unstoppable. They lead Iran by 21 points. It's Brazil 51, Iran 30. We'll take a break here in Granada. Animated Coach Vucinovic, but you got to have some sympathy for Coach Vucinovic. John, there's really not a lot Iran are doing wrong, to be honest. It's just a very, very good Brazilian team they're playing today.
They got a tough draw. Their first game against Spain, and then the second game against Brazil. You got two teams that are favored to get in the medal rounds. Brazil and Spain both. Iran's drew those two teams to start off with.
They'll play Serbia tomorrow. Doesn't get any easier. And the Serbs are annoyed having lost to France. So going to be playing against a wounded animal tomorrow, are the Iranians, when they square off against Serbia. That's basketball at this level, isn't it? You're at the top table of international basketball. There aren't any easy games. We are in the group of death. There's 3 teams from the 6 ranked in the top 10 in the world. Barbosa, Barbosa, Barbosa
So smooth, so easy, making everything look easy.
It was almost as if he was trying to find somebody open and then just said, well, you know what, guys?
Right underneath the basket.
I'm going to put it up
myself.
And now he steals it. A baseball pass ahead. Hang on to your hat. Bajau with the flush on the alley-oop by Marcelino Huertas.
This Brazil team is giving us so many highlights tonight. Great basketball. Fun to watch.
Foul on Barbosa. He gives it the universal who me ref look. You must have thrown that look a few times at referees, John, did you?
Try to get any psychological advantage you can when you're on the floor.
There's a steal by Barbosa last time. Look at this pass. Perfectly timed by Huertas.
No way to defend that.
Marquinhos checks in for Brazil. Camrani, let's go with a three. Just a little bit short, John. Maybe some tired legs after last night's game.
I was thinking the same thing, Leon. Just a little short on that shot. Those are shots he's normally making. It's normal. Fatigue's going to set in. They played last night. They didn't get much of a rest.
Marcelino. Oh, what a bounce pass by Bajau. Split there.
Did he come off the ground? The ref thought so. She's been whistling for a traveling violation.
Well, you and I were in the hotel last night with Ran in Spain. We were eating about 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm not sure what you call that. If it's, I don't know what you call that.
Midnight snack,
I guess. Sahakian hands it off to Nika Badami. Nika Badami yet to score for Iran, and he's turned it over. Hang on to your hat. Here goes Marquinhos for the flush.
Got another slam dunk by Brazil. We don't have that in the statisticians are not counting that for us, but I'm sure we've seen double figures already by Brazil.
Nika Badami off the screen from Haddadi. A fog rises for Iran and shot off the mark. Nerja with an authoritative rebound. Huertas and Camrani says, you know what? I've seen enough transition dunks. I'm going to commit the foul here. And sportingly then shakes hand with Huertas.
Haddadi asked for a substitution. They're tired. They're going up and down. You see he's visibly fatigued.
It's tough for those big guys to get the size 15s up and down the floor.
A lot of weight, too.
So Iran show a 2-3 zone again. Barbosa pass to the corner. Marquinhos, he can stroke it off the mark. Iran with a chance to break. Look how Splitter and Bajau just hustle back on defense, John. And the Brazilians are still playing hard despite the fact they're up 27.
Yeah, this is great performance by the Brazilian team. Great effort.
Oh, blocked by
Bajau so active in there. We see him rotating from the weak side. Just knocks the ball out of bounds. Look at this.
The Brazilians are in fine fettle. Argadovan, that's a nice looking stroke and got it.
Just came off the bench, hustles down, ran the court. Didn't get rewarded with the pass, but we see him. He can step out and hit that mid-range shot.
Nice touch by the number 4 for Iran. Whole netto here. Brazil in no hurry. Marquinhos trying to throw a killer pass to Bajau. The Iranians get a steal of their own. Camrani with the mismatch against Splitter. Is he going to try and break down Splitter on the dribble? It's big versus little. Camrani kicks to Sahakian. His runner left-handed won't fall. That's a good offense by the Iranians. Barbosa to the trailer. Oh, Bajau. A bullet pass to Splitter. Right idea, just not enough touch on it.
Great idea. Great vision by Bajau. Just threw that a little bit too quickly for Splitter to react in time.
That's what happens when big guys, John, try to do their best point guard impersonations.
Well, Varejao is so active. He loves running the floor. He'll try to bring the ball up himself after some defensive rebounds. Big guys always like to do that.
Nika Barami moves it on. Zemi. Nika Barami. It's fouled. This one on Marquinhos. Barami comes back to the basketball.
Brazil just clogs that paint. Really tough to get any scores near the basket. There's some big bodies and active, agile players like Varejao and Splitter.
Just looking at other scores around the FIBA World Cup. We're here in Granada. There are 4 other sites. It's Gran Canaria, Sevilla, Bilbao. Steal there by Varejao. And it looks like Croatia beat Argentina 90-85 earlier today. Big result for the Croatians. Dominican Republic beat New Zealand 76-63 in Group C. Well, with Brazil comfortably in front of Iran by 25 points, get the timeout as the players go to their benches, and we'll take a break here. Brazil call a timeout. This is FIBA Basketball World Cup 2014 coming to you from Granada. Well, welcome back to Granada. Brazil with a commanding 25-point lead against Iran. Nika Barami will step to the free throw line for Iran. Just looking at scores from other venues. In Bilbao, Finland beat Ukraine earlier today, 81-76. John, a terrific win for the Finns. Their first occasion to come here to the FIBA World Cup.
Nice to see them bounce back from after yesterday's game against the USA team.
Yeah, welcome to the party for the Finns. You know, first time they advance to the World Cup and they play against the defending champions, the Americans.
You see how many fans they brought from Finland?
Only from what you told me. Yeah, I know Finnish basketball on the rise right now, so great to see they're getting some support. Splitter down the lane, finishes.
So good around the basket, so clever. Most often he's finishing below the rim, but he gets the shot off somehow.
Sean Huff had 23 points for the Finns in their win. Nice bounce pass, backdoor cut to Kamerani. Terrific basketball by the Iranians.
I like what I'm seeing from Argavan. Really doing a good job coming off the bench, hustling. Good effort on defense. We see some offensive skills as well.
Just knocked down a jumper. Now he's got an assist. 4 points to his name to match the number on his chest. And right now, he causes a turnover. Kamerani pushes ahead. Right idea by Arfag, just couldn't finish. Marquinhos, can he finish? Hang on, he goes strong, wouldn't fall.
There's Arfag. Just hustling. I like Barbossa's effort also. He's the one that broke up the play on the other end. He's continues to play hard, like you mentioned earlier, up 23 points. This Brazilian team's not letting up at all in their effort. Arfag
picks his dribble up, now he's trying to find a pass. He'll throw it into Argavan, who's fouled by Splitter from behind. Machado will come in to replace Barbosa.
Well-deserved rest for Barbosa.
John, just talk there. So you see Splitter has his hands in the back of Argavan, and referees will call that, I imagine, most 9 times out of 10.
You definitely cannot use your hand. What you can use is your forearm as long as you're not extending it. Usually if you're a post player, you want to get down low and make that contact below the waist at the hip area to get better leverage.
Argavan misses the first free throw. And the second. He touched it last. It's off a run, so it's Brazil's ball. Marquinhos on the wing. Gets the ball from his club teammate Machado. Marquinhos and Machado play for the Flamengo club in the Brazilian domestic league. Oh, nice pass by Machado. Splitter tried to move it on one more.
Everybody's getting touches on the Brazil team. Great ball movement. That's what you want to do against the zone.
Everybody for Brazil has scored. Coach Manana wants to call a timeout. Brazil lead by 23 as both teams go to their benches. Flying his trade from Slovenia originally. Head coach of his country in 2010 when the World Championships were played in Turkey.
Slovenia's gotten off to a good start in this World Cup. They're closing in on their second win.
Dragic brothers are fun to watch, aren't they, when they're in full flow?
Oh, they are, aren't they? It was exciting to watch them last year in the European Championships in their home country. Really had the fans behind them. It was an electrifying arena.
Machado to bring it in for Brazil. We're underway here with less than a minute to play in the third quarter. Neto to Machado. He turns it over at the end of the shot clock. Wasted timeout by Coach Magnano. He had a grimace in front of us here. So Iran now a chance to score as we bring the quarter to a close. That one just short by Nika Baharami. Marquinhos. He draws the foul. And Argavan sportingly helps him to his feet.
Hard foul by Argavan. Made sure it wasn't going to be a 2+1. Strange to see the Haddadi stat line, 17 minutes, 0 points. Missed a few close range shots. Never quite able to get on track tonight, 0 for 3. 5 rebounds, 5 turnovers.
5 turnovers, oh my goodness.
He had such a good game last night.
Marquinhos Vieira, member of the Flamengo club that won the FIBA Americas League Championship this past year. Top professional club competition in the Americas region. Brazil, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic representing that part of the world, that region. Of course, the USA as well. As we bring the third quarter to a close, Brazil with a commanding 25-point lead over Iran. At the end of 3, it's Brazil 61, Iran 36. look at the numbers which tell the tale so far. Iran, to be fair, John, they're hanging in there on the boards.
That's effort. They're giving a good effort, and they're able to stay close on the boards.
18 turnovers are their Achilles heel. And a stifling defensive performance by the Brazilians.
Iran, surprisingly, considering how well Brazil's shooting, they're doing well on the board, because Brazil's shooting 58% from two-point range, 38% from three-point range. Not leaving a whole lot of rebounds for the Iranians to grab.
Look at some highlights from action throughout the day. Stay with us. There's one more game to come. It's Spain, the home team, versus Egypt in the nightcap. That's the grimace that Coach Mignano showed when Machado turned it over. Look at that pass by Hortas. Terrific.
Mignano hasn't grimaced too many times tonight, has he?
No, it's been a short performance, a professional performance by the Brazilians.
You called it, Leon, when he called that timeout in the first quarter. From that point on, really turned the tide in the game. It's been all Brazil ever since then.
Well, Brazil will square off tomorrow against Spain. I know they can't really think about that just yet. They've got another quarter of play here, but John, do you think that's in Coach Mignano's, the back of his mind? You know, he's got a tough game coming up. Does he want to rest legs here in the next 10 minutes?
Yeah, he'll give guys the work they need. He'll use this as a practice session.
Kamrani to Haddadi.
There's the basket. There's the basket. That's what we're accustomed to seeing. Good post seal. Good move. Took his time. Used the glass to finish.
Haddadi with his first points of the evening.
Iran's in the 2-3 zone.
Splitter. Oh, the pass goes right through Marquinhos. His legs, and Afag can't get on the end of it. Backcourt violation. Well, actually, it's out of bounds, I think, right?
Yeah, they'll get take it out from underneath their basket.
Haddadi.
There it is. I've seen him hit that shot on warm-ups. He missed all his perimeter shots last night against Spain, but he's got a good touch, and we see it right there. He demonstrated all net on that shot.
Smooth touch by Haddadi, his fourth point. It was the screen by Kamrani who set up the space. Machado, velvet touch of his own. Marcelino Machado. He has 6 points this evening. Look at the defense of Neto. Kamrani, oh, Neto with the block from behind. Terrific. Machado to Marquinhos to Splitter, just didn't put enough air on it.
Good hustle by Kazemi, getting back in defense.
Kamrani to the trailer, Haddadi. Nice spacing by the Iranians. Extra pass to Afag. That's nice basketball, just wouldn't drop for them. Marquinhos for Brazil. Could get a wide open fourth quarter here, John, with some fast breaks. Giovanoni, his second miss of the evening.
Smart foul by Machado. Stops the fast break.
There's the block from behind by Neto. Great effort by him. Splitter, terrific defense. Splitter now, can he finish? Now this is, yeah, absolutely right. The referee's John bang on this call.
Exactly, that was great effort. Jamshidi was behind the play, trailing the play. He made the foul. It's an automatic unsportsmanlike foul, which results in 2 free throws plus the ball out of bounds.
Good defense by Splitter here as he swallows up Jamshidi. There's the foul from behind. Referee, the Canadian referee, to call exactly right. So Splitter goes back to the line. Comes out to the line quite a bit earlier on today.
There he goes, makes a free throw.
Splits are now 3 for 7 from the line. Decent action on the shot.
Yeah, he's got a nice release. A little stiff, perhaps, in his mechanics, but knocks both of those down. He'll get a rest. Hetzheimer replaces him.
Hetzheimer got a start in the game today. Now he's in the short corner. Taylor in. Machado loves to shoot it. Why not when you can stroke it like that?
So smooth coming off that catching and shooting. Machado, both those shots, those last threes have been all net. Didn't even touch the rim.
Squared himself to the hoop and let fly. Haddadi in the lane, powers it up. Might have opted for the mid-range jumper. Instead went in traffic and couldn't convert. Machado again. Oh, off the mark. The Brazilian players were up their feet on the bench. Kamrani, he lets fly with his three, and he got it. Smooth touch by Kamrani.
Kamrani, frustrated. Finally got one to drop for him.
Kamrani with double digits. He has 10 points. Hetzheimer's shot is all the way over the basket. Heavy shoulders, hesitation, trying to lose Marquinhos. He lost the ball instead. Kamrani, he's determined, isn't he?
He's fearless. Taking the ball to the basket, split the defenders. You see that right here. Through the contact. How many times have we seen him on the floor?
Yeah, he's hard-nosed. He's everything for the cause.
I got to be honest with you, I'm pleased to watch Machado do so well as a 39-year-old. You mentioned earlier most players at that time were playing pickup ball.
You're thinking about coming out of retirement, are you?
No, I can't help but think I'd like to sign him up for my 40 and over rec league team.
Listen, man, you might need a lot of money. You might need deep pockets to get him.
Man, he can still play. That's great to see. Great shape. He's got to be a professional at that age to be able to perform at this such a high level of competition. Guys are half his age.
Machado gets the ball now. One of these guys, when he steps in the gym, he's in his range. Giovanni in the corner. Can he get one for himself? He can, and he'll get a 4-point play out of it.
Nice stroke. Giovanni.
Giovanni, another player who plays in Brazil. He plays for the Brasilia club. 5-time All-Star in the Brazilian League, and he's the MVP in 2011.
We know what he can do. He can stretch the floor, especially in the 4 position. You like to have that characteristic, being able to stretch the defense, open up holes for guys to penetrate or post up inside.
Garcia back in the game for Brazil. Haddadi. Little scoop shot under Hetzheimer, couldn't finish. Garcia to Taylor, touch pass to Hetzheimer, kicks to Machado, in and out. And Taylor with a steal from behind, he just takes it out of Haddadi's hands.
Quick hands, we've seen Haddadi lose a few rebounds.
Oh, Taylor just glides down the lane, but stripped by Kazemi.
Quick hands by Kazemi. Take away a sure basket.
It doesn't get any easier for Iran here, John, because you've got a talented Brazilian team, and all these guys are trying to make a statement to Coach Begnano. When the competition gets stiffer, they want minutes, and so they need to go out and perform well today. They can't take their foot off the pedal.
Yeah, we've seen a consistent effort from the bench players, from the starters. Everybody's contributing.
Oh, Machado's pass to Giovanni. Misread each other. Baharami. His scoop shot, no good. Baharami with just one basket tonight. Hetzheimer posts up. Pass intended for Machado. Kazemi, Giovanoni, and Kazemi goes strong to the basket. Giovanoni tried to foul.
Kazemi just kept going, though. You see his strength and his speed. Was able to finish with his left hand through contact.
We were talking about that last night, how you want to drop your shoulder and commit that foul to stop the break. Threes, let play continue. Wow, we got an offensive foul called here against Hetzheimer.
Good position by Kazemi.
John, is that a flop, or is it? What do you think?
I think he flopped, but he got hit pretty hard too. So I think it was a correct call. Kazemi was smart enough to absorb the contact and fall.
So good on both ends of the floor. Kazemi with the finish, and then he drew the offensive foul call. Jamshidi squares. That's just off the mark. You could tell from where we were sitting that the release was off the mark. Had good balance. Just couldn't knock it down. Taylor starts things for Brazil. Taylor with the crossover. Taylor strolls right down Main Street and lays it up and in. Easy two by Larry Taylor. And Garcia with the flush.
Another dunk by the Brazilian team. I'm telling you, they've got to be up in double figures in that category. All of them coming off good defensive plays.
The other thing to think about here too, John, is in this tournament, in this group especially, where we look at Brazil, France, Spain, Serbia as potential teams to go through. They want to get those top positions 1, 2, 3, and 4, and points difference might be important. So another reason why the Brazilians may be playing hard.
That's a good observation. Points are so important because a lot of times you have to settle the tiebreakers depending on the overall points scored, points allowed.
So Brazil lead by 29 with 3 to play. Garcia on the wing. Giovanoni spots up for the 3. That's off the back of the rim. Good clean look, just couldn't get it down. Baharami now is going to back out. Giovanoni's going to take him on the dribble. Oh, nice move by Nika Baharami.
Nice composure underneath the basket. Didn't rush it, took his time. Got his defender to leave his feet. Was able to finish with an easy layup.
We're in Group A here in Granada. Top 4 teams from this group will advance, and they'll cross over with Group B in Madrid. Machado lets fly off the mark, and Hetzheimer gets called for an over-the-back charge. I beg your pardon. So Group B, John, is Croatia, Argentina, Greece, and Puerto Rico. They might be the favorites to advance in that group. Philippines and Senegal round out the group. So it's a tough crossover for this group. All those teams are quality teams.
I would say that's the second best group from top to bottom. Group A, this group here is probably the best, and then we've got, I would say that's probably the second.
Difficult side of the draw here. Groups C and D will meet in Barcelona. Foul here on Nika Baharami to stop the break. That's his 3rd foul. He will check out Nika Baharami. Larry Taylor on the point for Brazil. Number 9, Zanjani in the game for the first time for Iran. His foul on Jamshidi. His second and the team's fourth. So both teams now in the penalty. Machado, top of the key. Garcia tries to go baseline. Good defense by Ishili. Yeah, terrific defense by Ishili as he stopped the penetration by Garcia.
You cut off the baseline move. That's what the coaches are always telling you. Close off the baseline, get your foot out of bounds so they cannot go past you.
Hetzheimer gets in the passing lane. Hetzheimer's going to go the distance and finish. Not often you see the big fellas shoot the passing lanes.
Yeah, we've seen that a few times tonight. Brazilian big men, they've got some size, but they're also agile.
Rafael Hetzheimer, number 6 for Brazil. He's got 4 points. And Jamshidi with the finish for Iran.
Hetzheimer's got to feel somewhat at home. Played in down the road in Unicaja, Malaga. He's been in Spain. Played several years, also played in Real Madrid, Zaragoza.
Machado on the wing. Just passing to Taylor. Somehow it got there. Taylor lost the handle. Raul Neto played in Spain as well, John, is that right?
San Sebastian, he's going to move on to Murcia. Utah Jazz holds his rights, NBA rights. He's got a nice future ahead of him.
Garcia still playing determined defense. Closes the space on Jamshidi. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Giovanoni tips it. 4 seconds on the shot clock. So each team should get one more possession here as we bring this second game here in Group A to a close. It's game day 2 here in Granada. It's close. Jamshidi was close to a backcourt. Shot off the mark. Last touch by Machado. So with 11 seconds left, Iran will get the last possession, one would have thought, of the game. Machado in the open court. Alley-oop to Hetzheimer!
What a way to finish the game.
Terrific finish by the Brazilians as they finish in style. No win going away. Brazil roll Iran relatively easily as you watch here. The last play just to put the cherry on top of the sundae. 79-50. The Brazilians with a comfortable win. They rise to 2-0 and Iran fall to 0-2. The players shake hands and commend each other on a game well played. Here's your full-time statistics. Brazil win by 29 in the end. After a sluggish start, Iran came out and give them all credit, John. The Iranians played very, very well indeed in the first quarter.
Iranian, they fight. One thing you can't fault them for is their effort. They've given a good effort. Especially started the game well. That timeout by Magnano turned the tide, though.
Iran with 24 turnovers, Brazil with 19. Coach Magnano won't be happy about that. 19 turnovers. Jamshidi paces the Iranians with 13 points and Alex Garcia with 12 for Brazil. Every Brazilian player scored.
Only one Brazilian player got into more than 20 minutes. It's 24 minutes by Alex Garcia. The rest were between 17, 18, 16, 15, 14 is well-balanced minutes for the Brazilians.
Coach Magnano will be pleased about that. So players get some rest before they square off against the hosts tomorrow. Spain, we will see the hosts next here. In Granada, they square off against Egypt in our nightcap. Just rounding out some of the figures, Haddadi with 7 rebounds, just 4 points in today's performance.
After such a great start, also Kamrani cooled off, even though he finished with 11 points. Wasn't as effective as we've seen him in the past.
Well, here's a look at how things stand at the moment in Group A. Brazil at the top of the table with a 2-0 record, but we will see Spain versus Egypt to come. For the time being, it is adios from Granada. Join us later on for continuing coverage of the FIBA Basketball World Cup.